Be right back. Okay, Spirit Stalker, if you're still there, I'm here. Not sure if you're still there, but we'll go. I'll just wait for some of you guys to come in. We're still 1 minute in, and I haven't got anybody in here yet. But hey, I wait. I know. I know if I wait, then it's most likely gonna have. Then we'll most likely have people in here. 2 minutes in, and nothing yet, but we're still waiting. 3 minutes in, and it's all the threes. 3 likes, 3 people, in 3 minutes in. Like I said, it's all the threes so far. Just waiting on comments to start. I don't think. Now, last week, when I didn't get anything, I found out that you weren't able to get messages, and I don't know if that's the case. I hope that's not the case this week. But we'll see. Hopefully, that's not the case this week. Don't mind that. That's just my dog barking in the background. Yeah, don't mind that. Huh. Not much. Not much. Spirit Stalker. Just thought I'd come on here and see who's on here. See if see if anybody was up for a game night. I was go. If you're wondering about oh, hi Lennon. If you're wondering about the announcement part that I was talking about in my video, well, the announcement was going to say was that I'm going to a game tomorrow. I'm going to a basketball game tomorrow, and I'm saying that I don't know if I'll be back in time to start the game night at 5 o'clock. If not, then it'll probably be about 5 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So, all right. What I was trying to say was that if we have a basketball, I mean, if we will have a game tonight. But if we have one tomorrow night, a game night, it'll probably be shortened a little bit because I probably won't be home at 5 right away. Probably I might be home at like 5:30 or 6. But even if it's short, we'll still try to have a game night tomorrow night if you all are up for it. But that was just my announcement part, in case you were wondering about that. Sounds good? Okay. Well, we can wait oh, and see if anybody else comes in that's ready that wants a play spirit. We'll see if anybody else comes in that wants to. Just gotta wait and see if anybody else comes in that's wanting to play. Hi, Logan. But I suppose until unless somebody else comes in that's wanting to play, I guess we can always just have a chit chat until and see if anybody else comes in that's wanting to play. As I was saying, I know you usually don't like to play alone. You usually like to have someone around to help. That's so that's just So we'll wait and see if anybody else comes on to play. But until then, I guess we can chit chat. We're 11 minutes in and it's gotten kind of quiet around here. No, not much activity going on, but can always see what activity we got going on. I'm hoping this doesn't come like a uh, boring stream and people start to leave or anything. I don't know. Oh yeah, Alicia. Yeah, yeah, you're fine. You can chat in here with us. Well, sometimes we chat and sometimes we do a game night and everything, but it also depends on who all shows up. I mean, until we get like a good amount of people in here, we just kind of just chit chat for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, sometimes we chat, sometimes we do a game night, but and sometimes we just mix a little bit of both in. I mean, like right now, we're probably just gonna chit chat since we don't have a lot of people in for game night. Well, actually, no board, not any board games, but but I play like we for game nights we usually play like we usually play Family Feud, and that's why it's got Richard Dawson in my thumbnail. Well, yeah, yeah. I said that like the guy in my thumbnail. That's Richard Dawson, and we go by his questions because we thought like see like like go by some host questions and everything, and I put out a poll saying like on my community page, saying whose questions do you kind of want me to look at, and they said Richard Dawson's questions. So I kind of just read his questions. I mean, even though his questions are from the '70s and the '90s, I said they're probably still fun to guess though. Some questions are probably out of date though. No, I saw that you said that used to watch it with your grandpa. Yeah, it. I mean, it is sad since he died. It's been about, I think about, it'll be 12 years ago in June that he died. Oh, oh, you're talking about your grandpa. Oh, well, I mean, look at it this way. Look at it this way, Alicia. I mean, he's in a better place now. Oh, he died in '06. Mm. Well, look at it this way, Alicia. I mean, at least he's not suffering anymore. At least he's gone to a better place. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. That's what I mean. It's what somebody's told me once when somebody died that they're just resting right now. Hi, Kentucky girl. Yeah, Richard Dawson is he died. He died back in 2012 at the age of 79. But at least if you do feel like playing and everything, I can I can I can whip a couple questions out and and we can show you how game night usually is when I ask questions if you want to do that. Oh, oh, your great grandma was in the show. Oh, I bet that's awesome that she got to be in the show. I wonder if I wonder if she won when she was on the show. If they won. Yeah, it was yeah, that's the stage that the final stage, Fast Money. Hi, Eliza Gill. How are you doing? Glad to hear that. Glad to hear you're doing good. Mm. I can understand that, Alicia. It is almost. I mean, there's been shows where people have been so close to making it, and they're almost there, but then they lose it on the last round. Well, there's many ways to. Oh, you won't get timed out for that. You won't get timed out for that. Um, there's many ways that you could actually say her name. Like, yeah, if you want to call her that, you can, because I mean, she says some people do call her Lizzie. If you want to just go by that, I call her Eliza Gale, but you can call, but she goes by Lizzie as well. Yeah, yeah. Everyone who has come in so far, yeah, they're all my friends. They are all loyal to me. I mean, there could be some others that come in, but sometimes the ones that aren't here, I mean, that just shows that they can't be here all the time. But I have a few others that come in too for game night sometimes if they can. Now I know for one of my friends in the UK, it's past midnight, so she's probably asleep. And then one of them they're probably working, and I don't know about the other one. Getting sleepy? It's all Spirit Stalker. It's only 6 o'clock. You, s- you oh oh well, that's not pleasant. The dog just farted. It's not pleasant at all. I guess the dog is just building up some excess gas in them. Whatever, because whatever they ate, I guess they're farting it out. The worst ones are I mean, the best ones are just the loud ones because I mean, if you do the quiet ones, they have the slogan silent but deadly, and it sounds like from what you're saying that he must have had one of those silent but deadly ones. I know it's kind of just like I mean, deadly ones. I mean, it's just you just want to like wave them away from you. Right. It's just kind of like it's kind of like they're just they walk away in shame, thinking like I can't help it. I'm just a dog, and then walk away like nothing else. Like everything's fine. Like nothing happened. Yep, Eliza Gill, this the Steve Urkel, uh, the Steve Urkel of dogs. Who can forget that line? Who can forget that line from Urkel anyway? Did I do that? Oh, in case, I know a couple people like, well, I know Eliza Gill wasn't in here when I said it, but, and I don't think Kentucky Girl was or Alicia. So if y'all come to my, if you count on my stream tomorrow night, I was telling you it would be 5 to 7:30, but it's probably gonna be late if I do one tomorrow because I'm taking my son to a basketball game at 3 o'clock, and I doubt we'll get out by 5. So I'll probably have game night tonight, but it'll probably be like a shortened one a little bit because I doubt I'll get home at 5 to do the full 2.5 hours. But no matter how late I get home, I'll still try to do a game night tomorrow night as well. Because that's what I promised you on Fridays and Saturdays, game night. Well, Monday nights too, of course. That is not. That is if I hopefully I don't get called. That is unless I get called in again, but I don't think so. No, it's just last week. Yeah, if you hear anything in the background, that's probably just my son's. Sure, it's quiet in here. Well, I mean, on the other side of the door, um, Landon's playing me, or not music, but playing videos on his phone and everything. So I thought if it was quiet in here, you'll probably hear noise in the background, but I mean, all when you always hear noise in the background, I know it's not always a good thing. Yeah, that was sad about Toby Keith. I mean, and only 62 years old too. Seems like I mean, it seems like he had a lot. Seemed like he would have lived a lot longer. But I mean, sadly, it was just his time to go. Yeah, but see, I mean, and it seems, yeah, it seems like cancer just tries to get anybody these days. It's like you just can't escape it. Anyway, you see, he has plans. I'm wondering, are you able to? Because the door is closed, but he's playing videos like in the background, so I don't know if you guys can hear him or not. Oh, okay. Well, that'll probably give you some a little bit more free time, but unfortunately that what but fortunately that won't push my work any further. Oh, oh, I guess I could relate and everything. I was home alone a little bit this afternoon, but it wasn't too bad. All I usually did was just take a nap. Oh, I should check that out. I mean, it's always I mean, after someone dies, it's always nice to see a tribute done to them. Oh, I'm I'm sorry to hear that, Elisa. I've lost all my grandparents too. In fact, three or four of them were dead when I was already born. Now I know that my grandma, on my mom's side, she remarried. I mean, yeah, I still have my yeah, I still have my mom and dad. But what I'm saying is I don't have my grandparents anymore. Let's see. The only grandparent I was able to really grow up with and know well was my grandma, my mom, my mother's mom. which was my grandma. And then she died in 2015, and that was the last living grandparent I had. So I've got no more living grandparents right now. They've all gone to heaven. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you said you did mention your grandpa dying in '06, and you grew up watching Family Feud, Richard Dawson with him. Oh, I bet that was sweet and brought back memories. But I bet those were some sweet memories, though. That's weird that the camera would just, just fall down like that. Yeah, go ahead and tell me that. It seems really, seems kind of interesting. Why? He said that because out of the blue, my mom just stopped breathing, and then, oh no. right, because I'm thinking at that part and everything, the camera. I'm thinking after that the camera was probably turned off, and any any emergency medical action was taken. Right, he stopped it right away because he didn't want anything. Because you don't want to record anything that's happening. Oh, I can understand that because I remember when I saw like because back sometimes back in the late '80s, early '90s, we would uh, my parents would record like special things, mainly my dad, and I said, and it's and me around the time I'm only 2, 3 years old, 4. And I remember when I was like a youngster and everything. Sometimes in the video when I started crying, it actually made me start to cry because it's hard to watch yourself, because it's hard to watch yourself, as a baby crying. It's like it's not it's gonna. Watching something like that, that's instantly gonna make you cry. So I can understand the emotionalness when you like watch something old like that, especially with family members that are no longer with us. Oh, I mean, I that that's probably I would I said I'm sure they weren't worried about about the TV having to be repaired. I'm sure they were more worried about you and everything getting you to the hospital because it's like because they because you know what they say. Things can be replaced, like items can be replaced, but a person can't. No, no, no. Everyone that didn't leave because of what you said. No, 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 no. That's not the case at all, Alicia. Some people just, I mean, there's people that randomly come in and then people that randomly leave, like Spirit Stalker. She said she was getting tired. So if we didn't hear anything from her, then, that would probably be why. She probably fell asleep. And then Kentucky Girl, well, I'm not sure if she's still here or not. But I mean, but no, by what you said, Alicia, they didn't. Yeah, you saw that from the red-haired lady. Yeah, that's Spirit Stalker. And then Kentucky Girl. Well, I'm not sure if she's still in here or not, but if she's not, she probably went somewhere else. But I mean, some people don't. I mean, some people just leave out of the blue. I like they'll like leave a stream and come back. But yeah, no, you're not the cause of it all, Alicia. At all, Alicia. You're good. I remember one of my exes used to like Grey's Anatomy so much. I never I never really got into it. Oh, oh, it's okay, Alicia. I get. I mean, I know I know we all do it sometimes. Sorry that I have to mute the mic at times. I'm just hoping that the music my son's playing. I hope it's not like hope it's not picking up on the phone because I know that if I do, then this stream will then well then YouTube would not like that. So any music he's playing or depending with how loud it is, I got to be very careful because YouTube has a cow when you use copyright music. Hold on. Sorry, I forgot I had it on mute. What I was trying to say was that we all have our childhood terror moments. It's kind of like we're scared of something when we're little, and then we look back on it when we're older. And now that when you're grown and when you're older, you kind of look back and thinking, like, that scared me as a kid. That's not so scary now. What's your choice of drink now, Eliza? Go. Um, Let me see here. Uh, let's see. Sprite, maybe Sprite. Nope. Is it a soft drink at all? Yes, it is. Okay. Hmm. Well, I can go down the list of drinks that we have at work. Maybe I'll get it right if I go down the line of drink machines. Is it Diet Coke? Nope. Okay. And you said it wasn't Sprite. Is it Dr. Pepper? Is it root beer? Hmm. Well, the only ones that I haven't guessed are like that we serve are High C and Fanta Orange and Diet Dr. Pepper, but I would be thinking probably wouldn't be one of those. I'm thinking it's probably not Diet Dr. Pepper, and it's probably not Fanta Orange, and it's probably not High C. So, well, besides water, oh wait, there is one more thing. Is it Coke? Is it Coke? Nope. All right, I've got one more guess. If it's not Coke, is it Pepsi? Oh, it's Pepsi. Oh, nice. So my last guess was correct. Speaking of speaking of Pepsi, I remember that they had oh, thank you. They had this back in 5th grade. We had this I mean, you guys probably remember how they had us watch Channel 1 news in school every morning or before class. I remember they did the commercials once, and I remember once, there was this one commercial about Pepsi. They were doing it in the YMCA version. Like I remember it went PEPSI. You'll want to drink PEPSII. That's all I remember though. But I remember it was a big hit with some of the guys in 5th grade. They said that's basically their favorite commercial. Yep, and this was in the late '90s too, and that is probably when all the Pepsi and Coke challenges were out back in the day. They had a lot of challenges out in the day. Like I remember there was a Twix one out back in the day in like Halloween of '97, and then they had some kind of a then around like till the end of the first semester in 5th grade. They had like I think they had like NASCAR drawings or something. Like if it had a certain red color, you were a winner. So yeah, so yeah, I guess you can say about 25 years ago, it was it was crazy. I mean, that's how it was out basically about 25 years ago. Oh, now see that I never remembered that one. I never remembered the Whopper versus Big Mac challenge. It's kind of like how they it's kind of like how they told the kids and everything that how McDonald's used to be the popular place for kids, but and then ever since our town got a Burger King put in, now Burger King was the most popular place for kids. I always tried getting a Whopper from Burger King if I could back in the day. I remember like once when one guy came to speak, he's like, what? He's like, what's the favorite burger now? A Whopper, and then another kid said, no, double cheeseburger for 99 cents. He's like, double cheeseburger for 99 cents. Made one made one of the teachers giggle, but yeah. But that was all back in 5th grade. I mean, I mean, it's. I mean, when you're older, it's not hard. It's not hard to forget stuff like that. I mean, you can remember valuable points in your memory. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just eating while talking to you guys. Oh, oh, you were asking. Oh, you got a question? What's your question? Why is the lid green and the diet pepper a different color? I have no idea why the top is green. I mean, I never thought of that. But I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense though, because but I mean, I think like the, I mean, I think if it's just like Pepsi or something, it would probably just be like, the cover would probably be like blue or something in the. I don't know why the Diet Dr Pepper is a different color. I never went in. I never thought that deep about it. I guess the lead color is just a coincidence. Oh, we got started with this music again. So if I put it on mute, you know why. Trying to make sure it doesn't get, to try to make sure I talk loud so it won't, so you can't hear the music or anything. Well, I mean the lid you well sometimes the lid used to be a marine color and then I mean but the change of color for the bottle cap I don't know why. Hold on. Yeah, I was trying to tell him that don't you think he's playing that a little too loud, but I don't. But I guess that didn't go through to him. There's one thing that could hide the music though, and everything besides my voice. I mean, just the sound of food eating. At least YouTube doesn't have a problem with that, but they got a problem with music for sure. Okay, I can probably do that. Not really doing anything else at this point right now, anyway. I'm gonna put in Diet Dr Pepper. Why is the bottle cap green? And we'll see what they say. It says the green cap is there doing its job. They use a batch cap on their bottle lines to let workers know the pallet stack is almost full and to hold on. Uh, no problem. It says if I read the whole thing, it'll probably say, well, I'm seeing the bottle caps right. I mean, I'm seeing the bottles right now. Some are red, some are green. Like they say, this was bought in Rhode Island. This was about a year ago, but they said that day that they were there, this was this was what was bought in Rhode Island. See, there's that's Dr Pepper with looks like it five red bottle caps and one tiny green cap. Yeah, I know. I never noticed that. I thought they would have been in all bottle cap colors. But I never really thought about it until you mentioned it. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. It is very strange. But it's kind of like, it probably remains as like, that's one of the answers we'll never know. Never know the truth behind it, that is. We'll never know why, and we'll never know the truth behind it. But yeah, that's basic. I mean, that's basically what it's what all they're saying. That's what it's about. But yeah, that is pretty strange. I don't know. I'm not sure why it has that, but yeah, it's very strange though. It is very strange. But like it's like the Coca-Cola bottles. It's like I think their bottle caps are all red. I could be wrong on that. I don't usually drink much regular Coke, just pretty much just Diet Coke. I'm like pretty. I'm mostly good on the diet drinks. Hey, you know what I've noticed? I noticed that earlier tonight, had a for about maybe a half hour or so, or 35, 45 minutes in, we um had a lot of people in, and now it's just us two. Wonder when I don't know when. Okay, the music turned off, so that'll help for right now. Um, but wonder when they started doing that. I'm not sure when they started doing that. I am not sure at all. I'm not sure myself. Uh, or I thought it was, and then he starts it up again. Well, hopefully YouTube's not catching anything. If because if they are, I mean, I know they can say this video can't be monetized. Well, I mean, I'm not even monetized right now, but in the future, you never know. That's why I usually try to go live 3 times a week, to try to build it up and everything. If that doesn't work by at least one point, I'll have one more attempt to try, and that would be, go live every day that I could. I mean, not on like any of my, you know, I mean, any night that I have off. I mean, not any night that I'll have to go to work. I mean, that would only be Friday and Saturdays for game night. But yeah, those Pepsi products, can have a real th- a real thing, because look at these. I mean, there's Diet Dr. Pepper. This one, like those two, like these two empty ones, or half empty ones, the bottle caps. You see, this one is green and this one's green. They're both green on this. See, these are both green, but on this one, but here's a weird coincidence on this one. This one's This one's black, or kind of, no, not black, but kind of gray. See, this one's kind of gray, despite the other two having a green bottle cap. That one has that. That one's got like a gray bottle cap, and yeah, and I have to agree with you. It just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense at all. But I do have to admit and everything, I mean, I never really thought much about it until you said something about it. I mean, and now have that you have mentioned that, it's kind of fascinating to think about. There's times when, that I'm not saying anything, and if I don't say anything, then the music will play in the back that he's playing in the background. Well, I mean, that could pick up and everything. So that so when I don't have anything to say and everything, if you hear silence or something, it's because I just muted the mic. So because I'm trying to do what I can to not pick up the music that he's playing in the background. Because YouTube always has a cow if you play any copyright music. But I guess I could say, I mean, that with a lot of people not being here, I mean, at least you're here, Liza Gillen. At least you're here to, help me keep my stream going because I know that if you because I know if you weren't here and everything, nobody would be talking, and I probably would have had to end it early. And I always hate having to end it early. I mean, I want to try to go as long as I can. Except the kind of thing is that it'll push like it always goes. My work times, the new work time always starts an hour early, so I have to push these back an hour. So I mean, if you think it was hard for me getting it out at 6 o'clock on Friday and Saturday nights, well, just try getting out at 5 o'clock now. That's why, yeah, because I used to start work at 10. Now I started at 9, and that's why my stream time's been moved from 5 to 7:30 instead of 6 to 8:30 now. It still starts at 6 on Mondays when I don't work, but I mean Fridays and Saturday nights now, since I start work at 9, I have to start it at 5. That's what I mean by ending it at 7:30 and may not make and how I say game at 3 o'clock tomorrow, basketball game that me and my son are going to. Well, starts at 3 and it may not end directly at 5. It may go in over to 5. So if I do, so if I have a short stream tomorrow, you'll know why, because uh, due to the basketball game that we were at. Yeah, yep. Sometimes I gotta turn that music up. So sometimes that when that music is turned on and it's kind of like almost right next to the room, sort of have to, block it out. And if I'm not saying anything, I mean, yeah, if I just left the mic on and everything when I was not talking, yeah, you would have heard music in the background. Hopefully, you're not hearing anything right now with me trying to talk over the music. Well, I will say that, even though he was playing, music and everything, it's a, on the right side, the song did not, I didn't mind the song. It was it's kind of nice. It's kind of just like, what we listened to back in the day. Because there's no music playing now, so I don't have to keep you on mute now. But I have a feeling just watch, when he finds another song, he'll start playing it. But we'll see. I said I've learned from doing live streams for almost, well, it'll be 7 years in September. Um, from doing it so far, I've learned in those 7 years, don't ever have the TV on in the background because, you may not think the TV may not pick it up and everything, but yeah, you'll get like TV noises from the background and you'll get music in the background. It's just kind of like, you can't have anything on in the background. And then if you have anything that's playing in the background, well, they'll either tell you that there's copyright content in it and you'll have to remove it, or they'll block the stream worldwide. I remember my first stream that I did. I had the TV on in the background because I thought it's not going to be no problem there or anything. No, it was a problem because I saw that weeks later and everything. My very first live stream that I did where I had the TV on in the background and everything, it was YouTube blocked it worldwide. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, they hear and see everything, so it's just kind of like they say. I mean that. The thing is that yeah, they'll. I mean, I guess they've got a. I guess they've got a system that can pick up, anything that's being copyrighted or anything. So like sometimes, I'm wondering. I'm wondering like some of my friends that do karaoke and everything. I always wonder if they get like any music copyright or anything every time they do karaoke. I always just wonder that. If I had a karaoke system, I would probably do that too, but I would be afraid of getting, third party copyrights if I tried any music song I sung. And as long as I said that maybe he won't say anything, there it goes again. The music in the same song he was playing. And he was singing that earlier tonight before I started it too. So I guess he's found a love for for a new song now. And yeah, and now since my dad, was talking to my son. I mean, that calmed the music down for a sec, and now it's picked up again, but luckily it's at a very low volume this time, so maybe it won't be so bad. But I'm sure whether it's low or high and everything, YouTube will catch it somehow. I mean, they always manage to find a way to make sure if you have copyright or not. I mean, I remember some stuff I had that I mostly had to delete, that was copyright. I mean, they didn't tell me it was copyright at first and everything, but for some stuff, but they told me it was copyright later, and I thought, okay, well then I can't get away with that one anymore. Then I have to just take that one down then too. At first, I didn't take them all down. I just unlisted them, but I put some back in the listed area, and but I mean, it's not gonna really help and everything because most of the stuff was TV and everything, and I think if you remember correctly, I think one night in Miss Leo's stream, I think one SP was there, and I told him, that the reused content was stuff I used from the TV, and I think I remember one SP saying, "Oh, with YouTube, that's a big no-no." Yeah, mm, yeah. I kind of wish that that she was still that she. I know that she's she's likes probably where she is better now and everything, but I mean, I still wish that she did YouTube. It's just kind of like how she said that was going to be that one girl stream that was going to be her last one, and then I said, I said I was fortunate enough, or I was fortunate enough for her doing that on her night off. That I feel like we're so fortunate that we got to, um, you know, join her last live stream, join her last one ever. I want, I'm now. I mean, she might not, but I'm hoping that something will come over her and she'll reconsider and come back to YouTube. I mean, I know she said she wasn't going to come back after YouTube spanked her, but I mean, you always gotta, but I mean, always gotta pick yourself back up. It'll probably drop at one point. At least one of the numbers probably will, but going for um, going for an hour and 35 minutes so far, 5 people and 5 likes, and going 95 minutes. Hey, it's almost mainly all. It's mainly now it's 95 minutes and 54 seconds. So hey, it's mainly the five. It's mainly all about the fives. could you imagine? But I mean, imagine if someone just tried to do like one with all the fives, how they would go 555 minutes and 55 seconds with five people and five likes. But I'm saying 55, 50, 50, but if you did 555 minutes, let's see, that would be 9 hours and 15 minutes of streaming though. If you went 555 minutes, 9 hours, 15 minutes. I've done a 9.5 hour one before, with but but I mean, of course, when you just have one person in there, that you're kind of talking with right at the end, it doesn't really help your numbers much. Work's not been too bad. I mean, the only second thing about it is that I remember talking to my or for about over a month and everything, my hours have been cut, and I remember a week or two ago talking to the manager about it, the general manager, and because I know that he usually, because one of the managers we had, she said she works on the schedules and she does them, but the general manager always has final say over them. And my hours from working nights have been cut from 8 hours to 4 hours. And I asked him why about that, and he was just saying, he's sorry. I mean, he said he's sorry to, have to cut it like that. He said basically though, he can't afford it. He's had to cut everybody's hours. So I mean, everybody's hours have been cut. And I know a couple others that work with me too that only have about 4 hours to work. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like they kind of say like we're the one. Like it kind of we we're kind of ones that got that have to deal with the consequences and everything because he shut down third shift and it's just not enough hours for everybody to work third shift now because they said that because they said one of the reasons he wanted to get rid of third shift was because we were losing more than making more money on third shift. We were losing more than making more, so I think so that's why they got rid of the overnight hours. Yeah. But yeah, I know a couple of yeah, I know a couple of other workers and everything that they would just be working 9 to 1. In fact, I mean, you never know because I remember that wa- um, I remember on Monday when I was work. I mean, I usually am here on Mondays, but I come here sometimes to kind of chat and everything. But one time I remember going into work on Monday and one girl just had to like worked from like 10 to 1. So I mean, he had one girl work on one day for only 3 hours. I mean, that's how. I mean, I guess that's how I mean, I guess that's how cheap the general manager can, or in his words, can afford. Well, the ones that we had and everything, we've the ones that were watched in the background, they've apparently scurried off because it says I've only got one person in here right now, and I know that's you, Eliza Go. So it looks like it's just you and me right now. Yep, as soon as I said something, you see it jump back up to three. Kind of coincidental. After you say something, it changes. Hi, M and J. How are you all doing? That's good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, M and J. All right. Hmm. Okay, I know for sure that I'm back now. I always hear that sometimes, if it does reconnecting on your phone, that it can, stall you for a little bit of time. And even if it says still connecting, it's like it can take you back to the camera and you don't even know. You don't think that it's done until your phone completely has done that reconnecting thing. Every time, every time you start to, every time the YouTube power just starts to, glitch on you for a short time. I've done this before, and I think that I'm probably going to do it again. I mean, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't draw much time. I mean, I can't, waste too much time because I was going to say that it's coming up on 7:30, and that'd be the usual time ending. But I'm gonna try to make it 2 hours, and I've been going for 105 minutes. So I said I'm probably gonna go for about 20 more minutes, and then in 20 minutes I call it. So I'll probably be on here for about 20 more minutes, and then after that I'll have to get ready for work. But I still got 20 minutes. Still got 20 minutes to talk and do whatever. Yeah, yeah. This will and oh, yeah. It's the middle of my work week. It may be Friday, but for me, I work on the I work. Let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. So tonight at my work, it'll be my Wednesday. It's like sort of Wednesday you get, and then your Thursday at work, and then it's kind of like maybe near the end of your work Wednesday or the Thursday of your work week. it's kind of like you almost start to get excited about, just, about your 2 days off almost coming. But sadly, that won't happen until Sunday. I gotta wait a couple more days for that to happen. Now, I mean, a lot of us usually get 2 days off in a row, but if we don't, that would be like, getting one day off and then having to come to work and a couple more days and then getting it off. I think, I don't know about some of the others, but I think I personally, and I think a lot of others probably do personally enjoy having 2 days off in a row. I know the two other, I know the two other maintenance men that I work with on second shift. I know they both have Tuesday and Wednesday off, and I said Tuesday's not a problem and everything because I'm off Tuesday as well. But Wednesday when we go, but when I go back on Wednesday, yeah, it slows me behind because they have no maintenance men that day on second shift. Hey, Paul, 4 people that have 6 arms. I don't know about 4 people that have 6 arms. As well, unless, or if you're talking about cartoon characters, there's Squidward tentacles. I've been I've been pretty good. That yeah, because yeah, because I know you were in here Monday, and then I get the call like just before I start. I was like, yeah, they called me in for work, and so I only got one day off this week, but hey, it means extra money in the pocket, and everybody will need all the extra hours they can get after the manager cuts everybody's hours. I try to ask him why, and he says I just can't. He says I'm sorry, I just can't afford it. I just can't afford to give you more hours. I wish you would give me more hours because when you only work 1 to 4 hours, you only get a 10-minute break and that's it. You can't get, yeah, unless you work 5 or more hours, you can't get a 30-minute lunch break and a 10-minute rest break. You only get the 10-minute rest break and that's it. So sometimes when I've been sitting there, eating lunch on my 30, now I've been finding out 4 hours. No, at 4 hours you don't get that. You only get a 10-minute rest break at um for 4 hours, and that's it. Sometimes I can't even get it done in 4 hours. I mean, I just I'm just saying. I just wish the boss could give me maybe another hour. Well, my pay rate last time I saw was 11.25. So that would be about 11.25 times four. That is only about, let's see, that's only $45. And of course, due to the lack of hours he's given me, my that means my pay rate's going to be slipping a little. Is going to be slipping a little bit. I remember telling one person that, and one person was like, "You may have to get a second job." I mean, if he's going to give you oh, those little hours, you may need to just find a second job. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm struggling a little bit with the one I'm having right now. I can't afford a second one. I try. Don't forget, Paul. I tried to apply somewhere else, and I tried to apply for the night crew at this restaurant we have called Cookout, and I tried to apply and say that I would do the close. I would I would work the closing hours, and apparently they said that they would have looked. That their manager was not there that day that I filled out one. They said they'd show it to her, and if she was impressed, she'd give me a call, and she never called me. So I suppose she's not considering hiring me for that. So it's just gotta, time to just gotta find something else somewhere good will pay. I mean, I mean, I appreciate the job and everything. I mean, I wouldn't have to worry. I mean, if he didn't cut my hours, but I mean, if he cut, but I mean, at least he did. At least he cut everybody's hours and not just mine. I would have been real mad if he had just cut mine, but nope, he's cut everybody's hours. That's true. Well, no, I didn't call them back because I mean, but that is kind of like what a couple things, Paul. One, I said, yeah, I've been told by my coworkers, they're like, did they call you back? I was like, no, and they never called me back and everything. And then they were like, well, you got to call them back. So you really want the job. I mean, as soon as they see that you really want the job and you're dedicated to, calling them and checking up, he's like, that will show them that you really want the job and that'll give you a better chance of being hired. I said, maybe next, I'm thinking, I thought that's not gonna happen. But I don't know. I think I think I have been told. So yeah, I have been told that I should have, called them when I had the chance and everything and find out if the manager looked at the resume yet or not. But whether she did or not, but I'm supposing they probably did and they never decided to call me back. But yeah, I'm still gonna look around. I'm still gonna look around at places. I need to find another job. I need to find a job, that will pay good and not cut my hours. I mean, I understand why he's doing it. He got rid of third shift because third shift, the overnight shift that I worked on, was more making money instead of was losing more money instead of making it. So that is kind of why he's made some cuts. He can't. I think it was also says he can't afford to have. He couldn't afford to have three maintenance men on second shift. That is kind of why, you know, my hours have been cut along with theirs as well. Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, besides, that's mostly all I mean, that, yeah, besides boxes, that's all I take out to the dumpster garbage. And I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, near the end of the shift, you've got to. I mean, you got to break down all the boxes. Got to take out all the trash, and yeah, I mean, got to make sure that you got. I mean, any trash cans you see near full, ch- um, just change them for the next day. Because every time you take a trash bag out, got to replace it with a new trash bag. How many do I go through? Changing, let's see, changing all these trash cans. I go through about maybe just around to about 10 in the kitchen alone. And then and then you can get up to seven trash bins in the lobby. You can take It's like you can take the garbage out of them. Then you have to put new trash bags in them. So I say the more much of my job, is just replacing trash bags with new ones. When I'm not doing that, I have to clean the bathrooms. I have to wipe down the tables, clean the bathrooms, sweep and mop both the lobby and the bathrooms. So I mean, I'm on a little bit of a tight schedule with only 4 hours working, but I'm going to be grateful for what I have right now. I mean, some people wouldn't have that option in the future. I mean, I was about to quit thinking I would get another job and everything, but I took the safe route. I said I'm not quitting though, not until I get another job. And if I get another job, then I can put in my 2 weeks notice at McDonald's and leave. Not $19 an hour. Well, I mean, I was never much of a lawnmower, but yeah, I would, but yeah, $19 an hour. I mean, a lot of us, working somewhere like McDonald's, we'd kill for that pay. We'd kill for that pay. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but I'm just glad that I hadn't quit yet. Because if I hadn't quit thinking, because I mean, some people quit thinking they'll get the job, and they don't, and then they end up, being jobless. See, that's the kind of manager I like. So I would like if I was working for you, Paul, because I mean that's what we need. I mean, we need a boss that can get along with people, and and if you get mad at any time, you wouldn't yell. You just try to get it fixed. I remember one time. I don't know who it was, but one of my coworkers, well, he says he's the head maintenance guy, but I hear he's just the maintenance guy. He said that back on first shift, when the general manager's there, some general manager told something to someone, and then they talked back to the general manager, so he fired them. I said, and I remember hearing that. I was like, I was like, that was dumb. You don't talk to the back to the general manager like that. Whoever that was, they may not have been smart to talk back to the general manager. I think anytime you talk back to the general manager, you can get fired for that. And it's kind of like I was told. It's kind of like I was. Oh, it's all right. Liza Gal, I'll probably be on for about. If you want to hold off, I'll be on for about maybe 3 more minutes, and then call it, because I'll have to get ready for work myself. Do you want to stay on here about 3 more minutes or not? In my whole life, I couldn't hold a job where you make money for the big guy because, mm, yes, I mean when you're your own manager, I mean that that's bet. I mean that's the better route when you're your own boss. Okay, I'll try for 3 more minutes. Okay, yeah, it's just 2.5 now. Cause I will get off at 1:25. I just want to make sure I get the 3 hours in because the reconnecting thing. I don't know if that pushes it back any hours. So I think if I go for 1:25, I'll get the full 2 hours in, which will be about 2 more minutes. But I mean, you must have not gotten a lot of sleep, Eliza Gill, if you were just falling asleep at 7:45 at night. Did you not get a lot of sleep the night before? But yeah, I mean, the thing is like, I mean, no, I take med that makes me sleepy. Oh, okay, I got you. What I was trying to say to Paul was that yeah, I mean, if as long as I mean, that's what they want in a boss, I mean, I was told what's the good way to get on the boss's side? Talk about wrestling with him. They say he's a big wrestling fan. I remember asking him like, when I was signing my 6 months evaluation, I was like, what am I signing? He's like, one of the other managers were like, you're signing away your life, Matthew. You're spending like 10 more years here. And I told the general manager, I was like, could you handle me 10 more years? He's like, I only have to handle you for about 10 minutes a day. Now I started. Oh, oh, that's nice. 4K in a summer season. Wow. Now that's some nice dough, especially making it at 15 years old. Sounds like you had the right ideas to start with. Well, I have been on for 2 hours and 5 minutes, making sure I get the full 2 hours um, from that reconnecting stuff I did. So I'm pretty sure I got it now. So yeah, I need to probably go ahead and get off and get ready for work. I'll probably have to leave in about 50 minutes or so. Oh yeah, in case anything turns severe, you'll be saying Minos warms off. Ah, so you had everything. You had everything. Okay, Lan, you'll be watching any night for severe weather in case it occurs. Cause I could be at work when that happens. But for now, I'll see you all. I'll see you all later. And yeah, everyone come again. Hope to see you tomorrow night. If I don't, well then, hope to see you around soon. Good night, everyone. Pretty much. Yeah, I could see that.